How y'all doing today? I see James is here first as usual. Anyone else in the chat with him? Hey Satram, how you doing, mate? I are gooder. I'm always good though. Got my computer back. Hey Mergendor, glad to have you here for a minute or two. Oh wait a minute, where's my bloody timer? Got 3 minutes left on this timer. Sable and I are good. I got my computer back. It was not a big fix. Get out. Alright. And I upgraded it to Windows 11 last night. So far, so good. Hey, Caluton, how you doing, mate? Well, that's more than many can say. 95% of everybody that has ever lived. Yeah, I hear ya. All right, Mergendor, thank you. Oh, Jesus. Take it easy. Are you vaxxed? Ah, good luck, mate. Hey, Siobhan. So you gonna come on the stream with me, Siobhan? Okay. I will. Just go to the general voice channel in Sable's Discord there.
Hello.
Alright, so have to mute the stream now.
I did.
The Bat Leader is here. Yes, she is. Okay, now I gotta go with a Discord video.
Well, I can just stream it in a disembodied voice.
Okay, I gotta bring you on screen here, so. Just making a Discord capture.
Okay, that's true. But, I'm the one spying on him, not him spying on me.
Oh shit, I can't capture with that, so. Screw it. I am having some trouble getting you on screen here there, Brianna.
Well, I mean, technical difficulties are what make an ASC stream anyway, aren't they?
Yep. Okay. Okay, we'll try that one. There we go, and I got you on screen. Now,
Ah, okay. Well,
I think it's Alt, isn't it?
there we go. Now it needs to shrink.
Yep. That's the Dragon of Productivity saying, get back to work.
Lucy, you traitorous beast!
There, now if you want to be on camera, you can.
Banshee,
There.
come here. Come on. Want me on camera?
Okay. Hello, Haley. I was checking you out earlier. How are you?
Ah. Hey,
Hello, AG.
there we go. That's a good peppers. Yes. Good peppers.
Yeah, I hear you, Satrim. All right, I'd be interested to know.
Yeah, Erin, did you get the items done yet?
No,
Of course not. Oh yeah, you had an issue with
I
the
had
computer.
no computer for half the week.
Yeah. Hey,
I got no writing done either, which is, like
good for
I'm
the living.
bad for my nano.
Yeah, that is true.
Right? I'm a little sore about it actually. So,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
nah, it's not your fault. Oh, my roommate
Cool.
Steve dumped a cup of coffee onto the top of my computer, right? And uh, what's up? Sure.
Cool. I'm not on screen anymore. It's just an Erin. All you see is a little bit of Banshee. And fingers scrubbing her. Oh,
I'll fix that.
never mind. I got a puppy who is it? Yeah, there she goes. Don't change.
There. Everything's going good. Yeah, not evil, just klutzy. All right. And what it did was it glued my power button down, so it was constantly trying to reboot my computer. Right, and they couldn't get the coffee out of the power button, so they had to reroute the power button to the reset button. Right, and then it worked just fine. Right, and so I upgraded to Windows 11.
Mommy otters.
Yes, I get to hit the elimination cutoff button today. Right?
Oh. Be nice, man. She got hurt. Poor knee.
And when Sable gets here, we'll see her. The new setup's been here for a few weeks, Daz. Through this one.
Yeah, unfortunately, guys, you don't get to come in very often.
Alright, this is my writing stream overlay. Wow, eh?
Oh boy. Somebody's voice. Ooh.
Okay.
Right.
Aw, poor Satrium. Oh, damn, Stretch. Thanks for the raid, mate. It's probably looking sharper. I mean, like, I've got updated drivers and stuff like that. Oh, I'll know. She'll tell me. No point in her not.
Oh, trust me, Dad. I've been getting the words out. In fact, I'm still doing it.
Yep, get your words out. 9 more minutes on the timer. I can't point to it.
Yeah,
There.
because your chat's in the way.
My chat's in the way. Like I don't. It doesn't matter to me who falls, right? I get a third of the words. Well, okay. I don't get a third of the words. The undead horde gets a
Nope.
third of the words, and the author goddess gets a third of the words.
It's just up there at the top.
Yeah. Hey, Stretch.
Hey, Stretch, you know what your I was thinking about your raid call should have been? Knock knock. Vengeance at the gates.
Ouch.
Ooh, yeah, owie.
I think Sable wants to join us, but she hasn't said yes so yet.
I don't know.
Okay. I'll just tell her on Discord.
Oh, that sucks there, Stretch.
Hey. um, do the spin dizzy amulets provide the erts as a constant? The erts are not a constant, no. They're a flow. Alright, the spin dizzy amulets allow you to survive inside basically, will they provide you with air and stuff underwater? No. Alright, but yes and no. Right, your bug suits will operate underwater because they're self-contained units. Right, a ship can operate underwater because the etheric membrane will push out the water usually until it gets too deep, and then it'll just collapse the etheric membrane.
You mean we've been hunting pirates and we could have been submerged?
Yeah, you could have been.
Capers! Why didn't we think of that?
Because you're not
Thanks for the
dazzling
ideas,
yet.
guys.
Okay. I am actually going to be writing on the next sprint.
Exactly, Stretch. Yeah.
Well, we got no Sable.
Nope. Two idiots.
No, I'm not Sable Fox Rider. I'm Sable's husband, Erin. Right? I stream on this channel on 3 days. Right, and absolutely, Fox Rider, you're absolutely right. Satrium, the Great Adjudicator. Okay, we got to see this. Nice to meet you too, Fox Rider. I stream a writing stream on Saturdays and a game mastering advice stream on Tuesdays and Fridays.
So, Erin,
Great pile of words, James. Well done, mate. What's that?
I have a Sparkle wanting to asking if he can join. He's at work at the moment, so he won't be. He'd be here for a short time.
Yeah.
One and a half.
One and a half hours, Fox. 1.5 hours. 4 o'clock Pacific time. It is now 2:30 Pacific time. Yeah. Midnight UK time.
Hello, Banshee.
Hello, Atoraru. Atoraru. Ideas are coming, yes. A loyal Lapin there. If you're East Coast, it's 7, Fox.
I think we have a Sparkles in chat.
We do. Hello, Sparkles.
Hello.
You're breaking up.
I'm out.
Bye, Sparkles.
Alright, that was the end of Sparkles.
He might be back.
Yeah. Aberdeen, Scotland. Well, welcome. Hello from the Okanagan Valley in British Columbia, Canada. Oh, it's break timer, so take a break, people. Put your words in.
I will at the bell.
That's funny. Can you eat it into space by some angry trolls? Awesome, Atora. Atoraru. I'm going to get your name right sometime. And we lost Sparkles.
Ooh, Banshee, you're about to get your ass handed to you. That's a very unhappy Scoot.
Okay, what's the reason why there are spin dizzy amulets on Natalia's moon world, Phidias? Atoraru.
Excuse me a moment.
A starseed crash landed on Purple Pepper. That's interesting story how that would go on. Be interested in the history of that one. No, but we have a crossovers from different worlds there, Kaiten, but Pangorio is in the Toy Soldier universe, yes. Alright. I used it, so is the Koira homeworld in the Toy Soldier universe. Oh, who do we got?
Ooh.
Hey, it's a Sable!
Hi. I'm sorry I am late.
Yeah.
I had a podcast interview today that I forgot.
Well, you're just in time for another sprint.
Perfect. Let's
And
do
what-
this.
All I
How far
wanna
ahead
know
of
is-
me are you guys?
What's that?
How far ahead of me are you guys?
I haven't started yet.
I'm ahead.
Are you? In
Well-
our word war?
I haven't started typing yet because I've
I haven't
been.
started talking against you yet, though.
Okay. Alright, camera up. That's why I took so long, so I could printify for you all.
Well, in that case, I will drop these words in real quick before the word war starts.
There we go.
Okay, now if you're going to be on camera, I can do this.
Oh, I just realized I still had audio on in the background on Sunny's stream. Sorry about that. And hello, Cademan. Hello, Atoru. Hello, Satrium. Hello, James.
There, I'll put that
You
up
might have
here.
complicated lore. Uh-oh. Daz says, I might have complicated lore. I'm like, uh-oh, here we go. Alright.
Yeah,
My hair is a mess today.
she's got some lore for her world, Pangorio, and
Hey, Stretch. I just received your message, Stretch. Alpha 340, James. You guys can all find out what the hell I'm talking about tomorrow. Alright.
you will not know until it is time.
They find Spin Dizzy amulets on Natalia's moon, just before they get yeeted into space by angry trolls. That's amazing. There's so many things everybody will only find out about tomorrow. Yes, that's what's.
That is very true.
We're sprinting, right?
Yes, we're supposed to be sprinting.
No,
Yeah.
I did not make Stretch's stream there. I'm sorry, James. I had it on in the background, but I had to do a podcast interview for my If This Goes On, Don't Panic podcast. We had guests scheduled that, I had to talk to, so everything was on mute.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Speaking of which, we're supposed to be sprinting, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's get
Let's
to
do some
work.
writing, guys.
This is probably the only writing I'm going to get in today at all, so I am eager to get it done. All right.
Yeah, I hear you, Satrum. I hear you, Satrum. Said he's not doing much more today.
Yep, fair enough. Cutoff is in a couple hours, and that gets dealt with the following morning, so we're all good. Oh,
Hey, Gala.
Hello, Gala. I'm doing great. I are gooder. started. 429 for the Kitsunes.
Good work.
See you later, Satrium.
Yes, good night, Satrium. We'll see you tomorrow.
Night, Satrium.
Thank you for the info. It was useful. I appreciate it.
Hey, that's the end of the sprint.
Okay. Well, that was a rewrite, so I will count that as a heavy edit, because it was a total rewrite of the scene, but it wasn't entirely fresh. So,
That's what I'm doing as well.
Well, I did 228 fresh words.
did you? 228? I think you won the sprint, actually. Yeah, I did 177 when... No, wait, no. Hold on. No, heavy edits. Not light edits, this one. So divided by 2. Oh, you still beat me. 265. This is a calculation.
Not 228,
Good work,
so
babe.
you won.
What's that?
I did 228, so you won.
Oh, no, I thought you had like...
that's
I
fine.
thought you said 278.
No, 228.
Yeah, you got this one, Sable.
I was on a roll.
Yeah.
But hello, author goddess.
AG,
The undead is in the house, but she's
undead
sighing.
are
How come?
representing.
The undead are definitely representing. Look at this. Ah, thank you, Atoru. 460 words for Lappin.
Thank you, Daz, for the 227 for Corruptra.
Hello, ICC dead people. Wow, there's a lot of undead in the chat. We should be concerned here.
I am concerned. It doesn't help that we're stuck in undead lands.
Oh my god.
Somehow,
AG,
Erin pulled
that's
us
so
in.
bad. This undead was just over in Pride's room representing, taking a break. Well, good for you. You deserve a break.
No, we're on a break. 3 minutes left.
Right, I better put that in my nano while I'm, like, thinking about it, eh?
Yeah,
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. This next sprint is not going to go as well, because I'm almost at the end of the scene. So.
Thank goodness.
Oh,
No, I'm not talking about you, Sable. I'm looking at my nano words for the day.
are you? How are you doing?
10K.
For the day?
Yes?
I hate you. I just would like you to know that, okay? I love you, but I hate you.
You know, you could do it too if you weren't busy with all those videos.
Maybe. Maybe I could. Yeah. It's probably true today. I had a lot of videos so I played today.
And I mean, I only got 3 hours sleep.
And by the way, guys, I apologize if you sent me a message. Yeah. Sorry, guys, if you sent me a message and I didn't reply. Yesterday, a whole bunch of bits and pieces for a bunch of projects came in all at once. There were literally 20 people who had contacted me in messages, all of which sent me something. So I decided that my neurodiverse brain could not cope, and I was going to do it one thing at a time, right? I was going to finish one thing, and then I was going to look at the next thing. So if I haven't responded to you yet, I haven't gotten to that thing. I will soon, I promise.
Damn,
As
Stretch
far
has
as I know,
written
there's only one project
10,684 words.
Hey, nice Stretch for a
Nice
guy who
Stretch.
says he's not really doing nano, but he is. Excellent work.
Stretch it
James
to your
is at
gentle nano.
16,000. You go for 20. Go for 20.
Come on, James, you can do it.
Come on,
You can do
James,
it.
you can do 20.
Twice your original goal. That's awesome. Yeah, you hit your target for the month. Good job,
All right,
Stretch.
go for 20 there,
How's
Stretch.
Law representing? Awesome.
Totoro, that's great. Considering you started in this late. You're doing great.
Wow. Not bad at all. Glad you're on my team.
I mean, my nano is currently sitting at, well, too many.
31,000 for ICC dead people. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm so glad you found us in OHOW. That's great. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did you see what Rowan says? I have 1 foot with sparkling red nail polish and 1 foot with sparkling green nail polish. The whole world is in trouble. Uh-oh, we're gonna have a Loki night. Oh my goodness.
And this time it's not going to be Madrimlian running it.
Yeah, I'm glad you're in Prince George. It's not my problem then. I got dust allergies at the moment, so we'll do more tomorrow. Sable, oh, I feel you there. I woke up yesterday because of some random asthma attack.
And Totoro, that's exactly what it's supposed to be.
That's the way it should go. Okay, looks like the sprint has started, eh?
Oop, yep.
Yeah, sprint
All
has
right.
started.
Tally ho! That's the end of that scene, so we'll put that in the word counter queue. Alright, so rewrite has been done, so I can delete my note to myself that says rewrite is required. Okay, and I will edit that scene. Okay, that chapter's done. Aw, what's wrong with puppers?
She wants out of the room, but she's in trouble because she was chasing Scoots.
Oh. You know, Scoot is kind of at a point now where he can take care of his own self.
Yeah, but they were also fighting on my bed.
Oh, well, that's, probably not okay. Okay, and I have no idea what I'm doing with this scene. I don't even know what I'm doing with that chapter. What am I doing with this chapter? See, I knew this sprint wouldn't go as well. Okay, yes, now I know what I'm doing. This chapter gets moved here. That's what happens. Alright, so this is now chapter 13. Is my muttering to myself bothering anybody, by the way?
Not here.
Okay. You can tell me to shut the hell up,
I can also deafen you if I wanted to.
That's true, you could do that. Yeah, I think that's got a better dramatic flow. I'm happy with that. I thought I was going to have to ditch a whole plot line entirely, but I didn't. I just moved it around as to when it happened. Okay, now. I think the month has changed. Yeah, it has. It's right near the beginning of the 8th month. Wait, no, it isn't. Okay, alright, I know what I'm doing. Are you sure, Sable? No? Nope, not at all. Okay, now I know.
Oops, puppy escaped.
See.
Hello, Eli.
The Great Flame is here. Why are you panicking? Or rather, why are you not panicking?
Because no, the cutoff.
The
Is in
cutoff
an
is in
hour.
an hour. Oh, stuff to read in the chat. Okay, I will as soon as the sprint is done there, Daz. Uh-huh. Yep, that happens. The only question... Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yep, makes perfect sense. Relativistic disasters are a possibility for sure. Yep.
Sorry, guys, I was muted through that whole thing, but
Oh,
No. Oh, in stream.
in stream. All right. I was just relaying Daz's idea there, and yes, Daz, that absolutely
yeah.
does work with Toy Soldier lore. Happens all the time.
Yeah, relativistic disasters and wormholes are a constant danger, and random wormholes do open up. Right, just like gravity changes depending on relationship to other items or other things with gravity in our own universe, so it does in the Toy Soldier saga. And if wormholes were a proven reality, then yeah, there would be a risk of them being unstable and shifting and changing, which is,
Yeah.
why they always talk about convenient unstable wormholes on Star Trek, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. The biggest complication of there is, why were there purple peppers on an elf
Right.
ship?
Right. Like I said, I want the story behind that one.
Yeah. I can think of a couple of possibilities that are, less interesting, but reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Seized
Sure.
orcish cargo, A. Maybe it wasn't elves that crashed, it was orcs and they stole an elven ship, B. You know,
Maybe it was Black Arrows trying to get back to their homeland, C.
Yep, could have been. And remember that time is kind of wibbly wobbly when it comes
Oh
to
yeah, she said
wormholes.
that was the thing about it too, is that it sucked them not only through space but time.
Oh
Because
yeah, sure.
Pangorio is back in time
Yep.
to the Toy Soldier world.
That is Sal's story to write. I paid for that.
Yes, she did. Okay, actually, I've got it, and I think I'm gonna run with Brianna's or Siobhan's idea about the black arrows, because that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That is cool. I will totally write that.
Well, I'm done
Thank
writing
you.
for
Thank
this
you for the
sprint,
idea.
so
Hmm?
exactly 100 words.
Oh, were we over with the
No,
sprint?
you guys got a minute
Nope.
left, but I'm done the article, so.
Okay. Well, I did the one scene, and I've just done like some basic, search replace stuff in this scene. I'm not going to get much farther.
Yeah.
Dad.
Yay for channel points so you can cheat.
What's that?
Daz.
What did she do?
She says, yay for channel points so I could cheat. She says it's called cheating by making Sable write it.
Hey, no problem. I like having excuses to write stuff.
Yeah. Jeez. Give her an excuse to write something, guys.
Yeah, especially
That's the end of the sprint, by the way.
Okay. Okay, so I'll add these to my, and I have to call this light edits because that's mostly what it was. So
Oh, I did 100 new words, so.
awesome. Okay, so that went really quickly because it was light edits.
That's what we're doing.
391.
Thank
Nice.
you.
A Toraru got 550 for the
Sable.
bunnies.
What?
Isn't that supposed to say light edits?
Yeah, it should, but it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't
I thought
really
about
matter for
correcting
this
it,
one.
But
I missed a few too.
it matters in the tourney because we keep
Yeah.
track of
Who wins for
a
editors and who
leaderboard.
wins for.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter in the game of tones itself. So, but
Okay.
yeah, you're right. It should have.
Okay, well, it's after 3, so I'm going to take a brief break.
Okay.
Go for a bio, girls, if you want, or whatever. All right,
You mean coffee?
get
Coffee. Yes, I'm also out of coffee. Coffee needs to be Yeah.
Okay, we're coming back on now. Right,
And we're
no,
back.
I had it muted so that the girls could talk while.
I agree with you, Stretch. I really like this particular theme. I think it's very sharp looking. And it goes with Erin's undead colors so well.
Mm.
Ah. Yep. That's one of those where I'm reading what a Toru has to say.
I heard that too,
Child
a
is pushing
Toru.
my button. Just managed to smack me in the face with her toy sword because I dared to stop her playing when she's meant to be in bed. She was flailing. She didn't mean to hit me. She said sorry straight away.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still pushes the buttons because she's supposed to be in bed.
Yeah, that's where you go to the other room and you count down from 100 so you don't murder the little thing. I mean,
Yeah.
hi.
We say thing because this is not a family-friendly channel, but.
I'm just saying that bunnies will eat their young when the warren is overcrowded.
Is that better, Daz? My mic keeps cutting out, so I'm going to turn it down.
That's a good idea.
Okay, am I too quiet there, or is that okay?
Well, you sound fine
Hello,
to me.
Tazfa.
Tasfa! Help! We've got 40 minutes to get more words out. Come on! Help! Help! Help!
Good to see you, Tazfa. We're got that picture drawn again in coloring, says Eli. Why do you have to redo all the art in a different program? That makes no sense at all.
5 minutes of sprint left.
Oh. Okay, yes, right.
Okay, is this your child or your grandchild, Atoraru? Okay, remember, grandchildren are the reward you get for not eating your own children.
Yep.
She's going to be 30 someday, and she's going to have really cute grandkids.
This is the cool thing about grandkids is that you can send them back to their parents when they're being a problem.
Yeah, that's right. And you can load them up on sugar and give them back to your parents, and it's just all fine.
As vengeance for your experiences. I mean, what?
You can buy them the loudest toys.
Like a drum set?
Bartholomew. Haley wants somebody.
Who are we naming Bartholomew?
Okay, am I still on here?
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking dog just sat on the keyboard.
No.
Fancy!
Wanting to
You're
look
just trying to be
outside.
close, Erin.
I know.
Yes.
Are you sure you don't want Bartholomew?
That's been done. I think Lone Star might take exception.
That's true.
Who are we naming Bartholomew there, Haley? Just any rando character in our universes? It's a good name for a Weird West name, actually.
It's a good name for a gnome, too.
Yeah, that would be a good gnome name for sure.
Sable, I just might use that in the fanfic article.
Well, there you go. That's cheating. I don't even have to do it then. Nice.
You're afraid of getting the raspberry. Yep.
Yeah. Daz knows. Daz talks about going to Plaid. Only people who've seen that movie
Oh,
can talk about going to Plaid. Oh, that's Rowan too. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I need a name that pretty much means panther without it being panther. Jaguar. They're pretty much the same beast.
Actually, they are. It's just their location is what differentiates them.
Well, also panther can be used to refer to different, like
it can also be
it's
used to
used for
refer to
jaguars,
cheetahs.
and it refers to yeah, right. But yeah,
Yeah, isn't panther more of a classification then?
yeah, or a leopard,
Yep.
exactly, a black leopard. But it's also used for a jaguar, right? They call jaguars panthers too. Yeah, it's just a name for a black cat. That's right. So, oh, so you need a name for like a black cat without it being panther. Ah, okay.
Wait.
How about Beagle and Triggle?
Ah, the Beast of Bodmin Moor. Yes, I thought that sounded familiar.
Mm-hmm. Now call him dog.
I already did that because I'm a smartass. Well, actually, Erin did that.
Did that. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
This was even
Yeah,
when
we had a
we
cat
were in
named
4th
Dog.
and 40.
Yeah, I would not let him name the cat Punt. That's Punt, by the way, in case anybody has any questions about what it was I just said. Yeah. I also had a cat named Mouse. She squeaked. That was my idea, and I did that before the cat named Dog. Moose, because why not? Hey, Gala, good to see you. I got your message. Freaking awesome. I hope you got my reply.
This is Banshee joining us on stream.
Yes.
Somebody, See, Banshee is such a little girly girl and a ham, right? She's just got to be the center of attention. So, clearly we all got to look at her. But, I mean, she's a beautiful dog.
She is. She acts more like a cat or a rabbit, though. Have you watched her bounce?
Beagle and Triggle, by the way, are the names of Freya's cats.
Grim. I like that. That is a good name.
Yeah.
Grim, not Grime.
Oh, we're in a break, so let's get my words in.
Yeah, get your words in.
Well, you won that sprint, obviously, because I think you're the only one who actually wrote anything during it. I wrote nothing. Zippo.
Yeah, I wasn't
I was
writing.
too busy looking up names for an umbral black cat. I like that. Umbra is a good one too. Umbral. What Sunny refers to it as void. You know, void with eyes.
Yeah.
Beazle fluff. That's a good one. I like that, Gala. That's great.
56
Well, the
for
bats
Daz
are
for the
producing well.
bats. Daz has 141 for the bats.
Yes. Let's go bats.
Oh yeah, Rowan's youngest son, my nephew, calls the cat who is a black tabby the darkness in the darkness. I like that quite a lot, actually. It's
He's
the
a black
darkness
and
in the
gray
darkness.
tabby. Well, sort of black and black tabby, but
Yep. There's sort of a charcoal black and a midnight black.
yeah.
The darkness in the darkness. I like it very much. I did not know that the staff meant shadow, actually. You'd think I'd know that.
Yep.
Considering one of my favorite mythological beings in all of literature is Skathak.
Skya?
Depending on, is it actually pronounced Skya?
Yeah.
There, Siobhan, do you know? You're the one studying Gaelic. I don't believe people who tell me things randomly. I believe people who've actually made a study of it.
It's more Skya.
It's Skya. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Skya is probably my favorite mythological character, except for Baba Yaga.
Yeah, and
Yep.
the funny thing is, I have a character in my book named Skya.
I am going to kill her. She broke her brother's sword out of spite.
Oh.
Ouch.
Wait.
You know, I got no good advice for you because they don't let me do the things that
They don't
I
let us
find
beat him
actually are
anymore.
effective. Or lock them in their bedrooms with no toys. They don't. Apparently, that's not allowed.
Hello, Pride.
Okay, Pride. See you
See you
later.
later,
hon.
Pride.
Prince Jean.
Prince Jean?
His Highness Prince Jean of House Lapin, Knight of the Tome. Acknowledged for his extensive service to the Tome Knights.
If it were possible to give him titles from other houses, he'd have them.
I know he would. Who says it's not? We should talk about that.
We should.
Expanding the rules. Yep, I'm with Rowan. Time out, stand in a corner, make her sit on a couch and hold hands with her for 10 minutes.
The only problem is it's bedtime. The other option is her allowance goes to replace it.
She's 10. She'll remember what she did wrong tomorrow. Punish her tomorrow. Send
Yeah,
her to bed tonight.
Yeah, it's too bad that she's already pushed it to this level, right? Because sometimes I had real trouble going to sleep when I was supposed to do that. Insomnia has been a thing most of my life, right? And so my parents eventually got smart and made a deal with me. Okay, fine, you can stay up, but you have to sit quietly in your bed and read.
Oh,
Which
God.
was just fucking great by her.
It's like, I would have been done.
Yep, perfectly
as a
fine. Kept me
teenager.
nice and quiet.
And as a teenager, they let me stay up as late as I wanted, but I still had to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, the deal was if you go ahead, stay up, but you gotta get up for school. Yep.
Hell, I got myself up for school and was out of the house before anybody else was up.
All right.
I got up at 6 o'clock every morning just because usually it gave me about 2 hours before it got light, before I started skiing. Ouch, ADHD is hard. Is her night off for sleep meds?
Feed her some coffee or some tea.
Yeah, give her some coffee.
Honestly, I'm ADHD. I'll drink a pot of coffee and go straight to sleep.
Yeah.
People think I'm nuts.
Remember, stimulant meds have the reverse effect on people with ADHD.
See if she wants some coffee or tea. Because, you can put honey in it or something that isn't as sugary as sugar. So they did to me when I was her age. I had ADHD.
My mom would give me, she had this idea that you're not supposed to give caffeine to kids, and this is, of course, before they diagnosed ADHD as easily. But what she did was she'd give me about half a cup of tea, good strong orange pekoe or Earl Grey tea, with about half of it milk, and nighty-night within about 15 minutes.
Yeah, Earl Grey would be the one to use because of the bergamot actually
All
is a
right,
sleep agent.
Eli, excellent.
Good work, Eli. Yeah, that's true. Rowan did indeed introduce that particular punishment with holding a penny to the wall with their nose. Gave them something to concentrate on, but it was a boring thing to concentrate on. It's just enough to, you know,
That works to keep the ADHD kid in place. But the other thing is that her kid wasn't really ADHD as so much as he was on the spectrum. Right? And it
sometimes those go
presented like
together.
ADHD. No, Stretch, I don't think you can qualify that. Maybe, I don't know. Ask the ladies.
It is technically creative writing,
Yeah.
but it is a lot of, like, I don't know, I guess you could count it by coding rules. What do you think, Siobhan?
Uh,
Coding rules actually give, if I remember correctly, a higher word count.
They run as light edits.
Oh, do they
Yeah.
run as light edits?
yeah, they run as
Yeah.
light edits. Okay. Stretch.
Deal.
Excellent, Eli. Good luck.
Yeah, that's great. I understand what you mean with the whole I've got to panic. I got to get this done right now. This is your Toy Soldier Saga character. Nice. Cool.
Yeah, I
Responding to
hear
Stretch,
ya,
right?
Toraru.
83 words for lapping from a Toraru. Thank you very much.
The Fluffle thanks you.
Doing your part for the Fluffle. We appreciate it.
For
It's a
those of you
pity
who
art does not
don't
remotely
know,
come shredded.
that's what you call a bunch of bunnies. A Fluffle.
I love it. I love the word. I just love it so much.
Good luck there, Stretch. I hate that part.
I just got to the headache stage, the skills. Yes. I always kind of go, ah, right? You know what I do is I go to Erin and I go, okay, I want the character to be able to do this kind of thing. How should I distribute my skill points? Because my brain just can't cope. I'm like, I don't know.
It's maths.
Well, and it's complicated maths. It's maths about,
Yeah.
balancing odds and
Odds and-
determining,
yeah.
whether you're more likely to need X or Y and what the laws of averages are. And screw it. You can do it. You're a math genius. I'm not. I'll just tell you what my concept is. You figure it out for me.
Okay. Smoke break to calm down. I hear you, Toraru. What are you smoking? Okay. They're really bad for you. You know that, right?
No, she was born under a rock. She has never heard before that cigarettes are bad for you.
I guess I'll have a fag myself.
There you go. Erin tries to get everybody to smoke pipes or cigars instead of cigarettes.
Yeah, because it's way better
you.
for you.
I know
I know it sounds stupid, and everybody says, "Oh, it's really not that different," but it really actually is. I've done the research.
It is, and I will. I do smoke a pipe usually, so.
Yep. She's been smoking a lot of cigarettes lately, though.
Yeah.
Yes, because you don't inhale so much. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it
also,
is true.
The thing about pipes and cigars as opposed to cigarettes is they don't contain accelerants and other stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you're not adding to the chemical soup. I was going to call my mom. My big brother had COVID. Got to find out deets. Yes, do that. And call it good for cutoff, Eli. Don't panic
good for
yourself.
cutoff there. Don't
You've
panic
only got
yourself.
20 minutes anyway. So hope he's okay. Was vaccinated, right?
Is he vaxxed? Mergendor has got COVID.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And they're not vaxxed.
Oh no, why weren't they vaxxed?
I don't know. Maybe they're right wing. I didn't ask.
Well, fair enough. You're right.
It's none of my business.
I'm like, oh, were they immunocompromised or something? Was what my immediate brain did. That's all. You're right. It's none of my business. But, it's terrible.
Yes, they do glow, Dazzlecat.
Yes, they
Blue
do.
Mushroom spores glow.
I say so in the article. Do you want the link?
Are there oil flasks and adventuring gear in Pathfinder? Absolutely.
Yep.
Would it be okay?
Yeah, if you're going.
When they crash? Yep.
If
absolutely
she's going with the idea that this was the black arrows, then it's highly likely they had them.
Yep.
And pretty green mushroom spores too.
Also a pretty safe bet.
Yeah. Jeez, yeah, that's crappy there, Eli. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to distract me is what you're doing. Okay.
Yeah, you never know when a flask of oil can come in handy. Yeah, I use the same price tag as 3.5. It's not that different. Yeah, tunnel growing some blowing glue mushroom spores would be just fine, right? They take like a long time, as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sable. They take a long time to mature into green mushroom spores.
It's the other way around. Blue mushroom spores are the mature version, green are immature.
Right.
But yes, the black arrows tend to be highly equipped, right? They are expensive. They give them a lot of their best access and equipment. Yeah. So I'm sure they had some, to There's no question about it. I
Yeah,
am going to
blue
run at the
spores,
blackberry.
definitely.
Yeah.
Blue
Yeah.
spores, definitely. Green spores, likely.
Yeah, likely, because green spores are the hallucinogenic fun variation, and they work hard and play hard like most of the crazy suicidal soldiers that I know.
And let's face it, mushrooms is just fun. If it weren't fun, they wouldn't make it illegal.
Well, you know what they say, everything fun is illegal, immoral, or fattening.
You'd have to ask Sable about that, Manad.
I'll check in just a second. I'm doing the sprint.
Yeah, they're just different stages of growth. Yes, Daz, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hallucinogenic mushrooms there, Manad, yes. Alright, these are, I think, psilocybin.
What, the star mushrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just psilocybin.
Alright, so.
It's something I made up, Monad. They're not a real mushroom. They're a species in my universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm done for the day.
Okay. Sprint is over in 20 seconds.
Daz, the
Scroll
link is
up.
up in chat. Here, I'll copy it and repaste it for you.
Ah.
Okay, I actually did finish that scene. This isn't a very good haul because, you know, distracty people. Gotta count it as light edits again. Alright, not too bad. 155.
Yes. But yes, Daz, they would find them definitely both together. Right? The concentration of green to blue depends on how mature the mushrooms are.
Growing mushrooms is hard, Monad. It's hard.
Yeah.
Oh, why are we in sub-only mode?
What the hell?
It says James enabled sub-only mode. Why are we doing sub-only mode? Oh, because he's trying to help me concentrate on the sprint. That's what he's doing. He's a smart man. Miles, the captain, looking out for me. Thank you. You're not going to shut the chatters up, though, because they're all subscribers. It's all good.
Oh, you did that by mistake. Okay.
Oopsie. Oh, yeah, that happens.
Whoops.
Well, I'm gonna bow out for now. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
been a
hon.
pleasure writing with you, Queen of Bats. Thank you for joining us.
Not a problem. Have a good day.
Taz for
And thank you,
posting
Taz,
300 for the bats.
The cauldron thanks you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I see the members of the cauldron have been working very nicely here.
Yeah.
Oh, that is neat there, Manad. I like that. Here's some nice imagery. There have been accounts of luminous mushrooms bright enough to read by, and troops serving in New Guinea described them as green eyes staring into the darkness. That is lovely. I love bioluminescent mushrooms. I think they're the neatest thing. Actually, I love just about anything that's bioluminescent. I think it's really just such a neat thing that nature just does this, you know? Fish, mushrooms, algae, mold sometimes. Really neat
Yeah.
stuff. Fireflies. Yeah. I think it'd be cool to have bioluminescence.
Yeah.
Yep, jellyfish. You bet. Neat.
We don't include jellyfish.
What's that about jellyfish?
We don't include them.
Yes, we do.
Jellyfish are a plague.
I'm sure coffee would take exception to that.
Squid are fine. Octopi are fine. Jellyfish are a plague.
Cats when you're nuclear waste. Back with 10 minutes to spare. Yep.
Yeah.
10 minutes to spare. Do we have like a 5-minute sprint timer?
I got a 10-minute timer I can put on.
Yeah, and then so this will be the last
Okay, we're 10 minutes
in
the sprint here.
And guys, after this, bring out your words, because this will be the last before the elimination cutoff.
Yep. Yeah. The rat was on fire.
The rat was on fire. I did not know that. That's interesting. One of the floated ideas to help people avoid nuclear waste storage in the far, far future, gene editing cats so they start to glow when they get near them. Well, I see the logic behind that.
You lit a rat on fire. For any purpose, or did you just do it for fun?
Don't tell Carl. He will never forgive you.
Oh, okay. Well, it's something I'd do. There is some types of mushrooms that process radiation, yes. There is also a fungus that grows and feeds on radiation. It's growing on the inside of the dome that they put over Chernobyl.
That's what we need. We need to cultivate that shit, and then we need to put it on all the spaceships.
Good night, James.
Good night, James. Good
It's,
work as the captain of the Owlsla today.
Yeah, the stream is tomorrow at 8 p.m. your time. Six minutes to elimination, guys.
Yeah, the stream is my usual Sable's World Forge slot on Sunday, James, so that is when we will be doing it. 242 words for Felis, Moonflower, thank you. And the cat art thanks you as well. Uh-oh, the bosun has had a random idea regarding mushrooms. See, I understand completely, Monad, and that makes sense. We can colonize the universe with fungi. That was their plan in giving us intelligence all along. See, it makes perfect sense.
Moonflower puts in 242 for the kitties. Good night, James. Hopefully, I won't see you tomorrow in the undead.
Hard to say. I know this time it's going to be tight. The margin is tight.
That's right. It's like airdropability. Everything's airdroppable, at least once.
My brain did not need that image right now.
Atoru, 198 for the fluffle.
Good work, Atoru. Thank you. Much appreciated. Lappin for life.
Can we green spore bomb enemy ships? Do you realize how expensive that would be? Alright. Green spores run about a gold piece for like a hit. Right, if you wanted to spore bomb the ship, you'd need like hundreds of doses.
You could some and hit somebody in the face though, but keep in mind that they don't work instantly, right?
Right.
It's like hallucinogenic mushrooms.
You gotta digest them. You get them in your lungs, or
Didn't we get given a barrel? We did.
Yeah, small barrel.
We're sitting on it. Yeah, it's still an amazing amount of money we're sitting on that nobody has paid any attention to.
Yeah. Okay, 3 minutes to cut off, folks. You got 3 minutes on this sprint, but I would recommend you bring out your words now.
Yeah, we'll do the thingy. Alright, last 3 minutes before cutoff. Bring out your words. Bring out your words. Bring out your words.
And if you would type that in the chat for those who have us muted there, Rowan, that would be really great. $450 light edits from Stretch.
Good work.
For the bunnies. 180 for the bats from Daz.
The Queen of Bats would thank you.
136 for the bats from Tazfa.
I'll be bringing out my words here as well.
64 from Atoraru for Lappin.
Good work. Good work, everybody. I just have a special obligation to thank the...
Yeah, you guys are doing a great job.
Everybody's really doing excellent.
I look forward to having you in the Horde. I'm writing for the undead.
No.
So we can win.
My final contribution before this cutoff.
Yeah, there are some very interesting books in Pathfinder there, Stretch.
Okay, less than a minute to go, gang. Get your words in now. Right now.
Yep. Less than a minute remains. $30. If you haven't put your words in, now's the time.
Okay, I'm going right to the page so I can hit the button as soon as cutoff starts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you've got the page open. That's how you're counting off the seconds.
No. I'm counting on the sprint timer because it was set at about 10 minutes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is it. We're at cutoff, grabbing redeems now.
And Tazfa put in another 32 right at the end.
Nice. Way to sneak it.
Way to sneak a few words in, Tazfa. Way to sneak a few words in.
Good work.
Good work, everybody. Okay, so
all right.
Okay, so we're gonna raid off into. Well, I would raid
Currently,
Haley, but she's playing Animal Crossing at the moment, or is she? Or is she just ready to play? So, okay.
Coffee is up. Pride is up. Of course, Pride is like always up, but yeah, Haley is playing Animal Crossing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
They are, of course, still collecting words. So
what do you want? I think I'll go to coffee then.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Do you have it open? Can you do that?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to put it on to the end screen. Next stream is Sable's Word Forge in 19 hours, 58 minutes, 31 seconds, which is the elimination stream.
Yep, that is it. Elimination stream number 4. Guys, there's so much material. Oh my god, if you don't even care who the next house on the chopping block is, come for the show, man.
Yeah.
People have been working hard. It's going to
be
amazing.
honest, it is the show at 8 o'clock UTC, right? The elimination happens an hour and a half later.
Yeah, well, actually, this is Sable's World Forge, so like 2 to 2.5 hours later. Yeah.
All right.
We're going to need those 3 hours for the show, too. It's going to be fun.
So if you don't want to watch the show, come at 2:30, which is 10:30 UTC.
Yeah. All right, so the raid shout is your house motto for the tome, or may the words be ever in your favor. Thanks for joining us today, guys. It was a pleasure writing with you. I will see you tomorrow on the elimination stream.